Hey guys, welcome back. So today is hay baling day, or so we hope. In the last video, you saw me cutting the hay and then my dad was tedding and stuff. And here we are, it's the day before Memorial Day. It's a Sunday. Let me tell you what happened. So I was going through this thing last night. I tightened the chains up. If you saw my video when we bought this a year ago, had some loose chains over here, tightened them up. Kind of went through it. Everything's looking good. Had it on the PTO running, man. Everything, we were ready to go. Or I happened to walk over here. I'd already been in here greasing it and everything, and I'd already lifted the tailgate and all, and everything was fine. And this was at like 9 o'clock at night, last night, by the way. And I happened to look again, and I got oil shooting out of this line right here. This line goes into a steel line right here, and it comes up and it goes into that cylinder for your lift gate. So here we are, got a bale today. It's a Sunday, and I gotta go find this hose and fittings and all that stuff. This particular one's a 1/2 inch pipe thread on one end, and it's a JIC flare fitting on the other. So I'm gonna run out to Tractor Supply, see what they got. Rural King's an hour away at least. They say they have the stuff too. Tractor Supply is a little annoying because they say one of everything. And then when you click, it says limited stock, one of everything. And then I don't even think you can click pick up in store. So I don't really know if they have it. Anyways, I'm going out here. Gotta get it. Gotta figure something out. Tractor Supply saved the day. I gotta say it. It's 10:20 a.m. right now. They open at 9 on Sundays, and they're a half hour away. So I just got back. Let me show you what we got. Okay, so I figured they wouldn't have everything. This is a 1/4 inch hose. I figured they wouldn't have everything to make that work. So I had to go to a 3/8 hose. All right. But then when I did that, they had everything to make it work. So on this end, it's a 1/4 inch hose necked up to a 1/2 inch pipe thread. So I've got a 3/8. They actually had this little black iron pipe piece here. That'll go into the 3/8 thread here. This will go into the cylinder right here. Same thread and all there. All right. Then on the end where it's that JIC flare fitting right there, I've got, let me take that off. I've got this. I could have went with they didn't have any cheap black iron pipe couplings. So I got this swivel. I didn't really necessarily need that, but it wasn't that expensive. So that'll go there like that. Let's see if I'm doing this one-handed. Okay. Then this piece here, this is the JIC fitting, flare fitting there, and that will screw in right there. And there we go. Got that hose installed. You can see I got the back gate open just a little bit. And right here's the hose. Right here. We don't have any leaks. Everything went together good. You can tell, so this is a 3/8 hose, and this is like the 1/4 inch hose. This one's been replaced, and they should have replaced both of them at the same time. Now, there's 2 hoses just like this on the other side, on that other cylinder on the other side, and they're original. So I'm crossing my fingers today, but I'm gonna order those or get them made or whatever and put them on. Let me see what time it is. It's 12:45. Dad started raking probably half hour ago. Some good looking hay. Let's see what it feels like. Oh yeah. Perfect. Here he's coming up the hill here. That's an International B275 1960 diesel. And that's an Oliver, I think it's a 107 hay rake. Knock on wood, that thing's been awesome. Tell you what, he's rolling. Bumpy on this golf cart. That tractor is really good on diesel. I mean, there's no turbo or nothing on it. The thing runs forever. That's what my granddad always liked about it. Oh, I meant to tell you too, that trailer mover on the 3-point hitch, I put it on the channel before, but that makes using a hay rake so much better than hooking it up to the tractor drawbar, because it sets it on back a couple, probably about 2 feet, and you can turn the tractor as sharp as it'll go, and you don't have any trouble. For whatever reason, the hay, I guess we were in a drought, but it was not as thick out here in the middle of the field, which is a first for this field. I've never seen that before, but we were in a drought, and then when we did get rain, it was like 3 inches at one time. That hay rake, I think when you look up an Oliver 107, that thing was made in like the 50s. And my dad bought it roughly, I think it was around year 2000. They went to a auction, and I think he said he paid $300 for that thing. It wasn't much. And but there again, I mean, I tell you what, I was gonna say it didn't have a breakdown. One year, one of the bearings went out of the reel, and I put a bearing in it for like $20. That's it. I put all new tines on it and stuff over the years, but again, another example of you don't need expensive stuff to get started making hay on small acreage. I want to show y'all something too. Our geese, we've already had 5 baby geese and we sold them. Now just today we noticed we had 3 more geese, guys. Right there they are. Anyways, I'm gonna go up here and get the baler ready and see what we can do. Our dad's got it done raked up. Right there we go. I don't know how good you can see that. But anyways, I got the baler right here. So the way this baler works is right there at that yellow arrow, there's an indicator and there's a metal bar inside of there. And as the bale gets bigger in the bale chamber, that metal bar kind of moves down on that indicator. And once it gets to the bottom, you know you have a full-size bale and you can go ahead and tie it and dump it. when you see me with my right arm up on the ROPS there's a little electrical switch that's part of the baler, and what you're doing is the tying mechanism works on, it's an electric actuator, so there's a threader, and it works left to right and then back again on the baler, and it's dispensing twine the whole time. And then when you move it back to the side, the home position, it goes ahead and cuts it off. So it takes a minute to do that, and that's what I'm doing there. So it's 7:15 in the evening. I just finished up. We didn't like go hardcore trying to bale. Probably should have went a little more than we did. Got the tractor cooling down right now, and I think we got in the neighborhood of 37 bales, roughly. Let's see here. 37 bales times 11.3 square bales in a bale, because I weighed them, about 418 bales. So it's pretty light for this field. A lot of times we get 600, 700, whatnot. Like I say, it was a drought this year. So, but the nice thing is, guess what? We ain't got to pick them up tonight. So, here's a decent looking one. They're not all this good. The problem I have is the baler, it's a twine tie, obviously. And there's an indicator, I'll show you in a second, but it shows you where you are on the bale as you're tying. And see, that's kind of coming off the bale, see that? And over here, I'm to this side of the bale a lot too. So let me come up here and show you. This is the hardest thing about this baler, is the tying. So as you're tying, you're watching this indicator right there, and it goes all the way around here to here. And what I found was, to stay inside of the bale and not have it come off the bale, you need to be decently good bit on the inside of these black marks. And the problem is, I forget that every time. So, which leads me to another thing, is, so this is the first cut in 2025. I think second cut in 2025, we're gonna do all square bales. So I just don't get a ton of practice with this baler. And practice is what I need, because it does make really nice bales. I just gotta, you know, mainly get the tying down. So here we are, it's the next day. It's Memorial Day. It started out cloudy. Look how beautiful it is out here. So anyways, I'm going out here picking up these bales. I think I'm about halfway done. Figured I'd bring y'all along for one round. I'll show you my process, and then we'll call her done. That bale spear up here, it's either 225 or 250, depending on when you get it. It's that bale spear off Amazon. And I tell you what, for that money, shipped to your house, it works amazing. I got a 3-point hitch bale spear back here. I bought that on Craigslist or Marketplace for like 125 bucks or something. That's really nice. Just, you know, it's got the real thin spear on it and that kind of thing. But I started out doing the bales from furthest away, and then we'll slowly work our way closer to the house. So anyways, it's going good. I'm stacking a little bit different this year. I was putting them up one end like a can. And last year when I had to use my pallet forks, because that was easier. But now that I have a front end loader spear, it's not easier. And I'm stacking them. The opening I have in the building is 12 foot wide. You'll see it here in a minute. 12 foot wide, a 4 foot bale, 4, 8, 12. I can get 3 wide. Then on the second row I can get 2. And I actually didn't know if I could get 1 on the top, but I can. The rafter's in the perfect position. Let's load these up and we'll take it down to the barn. Alright. There's one of the bales. And I'll come up through here. Probably get that bale right there. Like I said, I'm working farthest away, closest. Put you up here and we'll get this bale. So I've done square bales my whole life. And this is the, well, last fall was the first time I've ever ran a round baler. And then this was the first time we actually used it. And it's basically like finding a cheat code in life. It's amazing. So I come down here, the barn is on the right, okay? Remember, I got a bale on the 3-point hitch right now. But I need to be able to stack that bale. So what I do is I stop like right here and I drop that bale in the driveway just like that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Got a bale up here. I don't know if you can see that with the shadow, but there's what I've been doing. Come over here to this grassy spot. And see, I'm all the way on the bale spear. There's the big spear and the 2 stabilizers on the bottom. But I don't want to be all the way on it. I want to be barely on it. That's what I found. Just set it on the grass, get some friction, back up a good bit. About right there. Again, this bale spear, guys, was 200. I think I paid $250, but you can get it for $225. I mean, it's pretty nice. The other thing is I've noticed, is I weigh these bales, and I know how many square bales are in one of these bales. So it's my square baler to my round baler. Even though you're getting this triangular shape right here, I'm gonna get more bales in this bay than what I do with square baling, and it must have to do with density and all that stuff. It's the only thing I can think of. I am doing this one-handed, just to let you know. Come up here. Get it lined up. Alright. Back out. Gotta get that spear level. It's a little bit of a trick. Yeah, so the spear's upright. Gotta get it level, down. I'm still learning on the no friction on the spear. Then it comes right off. Alright. Look at that, how everything works out with the height of the building and the rafters and all that. So I'll show you putting that upper bale up there. So come back over to the bale I dropped in the driveway. Try to find the hole I went through with the 3-point hitch. will be about right there. Again, we barely want it on there. All right, do that. Come up here. So I figured out, based on how many square bales in a round bale, I figured out that if I did not do this third row, I would equal up to exactly what this bay would hold with square bales. So anything I put on the third layer is extra. And I know it doesn't make sense because square bales, it would be square. I'm not losing that triangular piece on the side there, but I'm telling you, it is what it is. Go up here, we'll drop that. Right, there we go. What I got going on, I got all these pallets. With square bales, I double palleted, okay? That's why I have so many pallets. I'm single palleting the round bales, and I put a tarp on the bottom, but I'm to the point now, I need to take the other tarp, put it right here, start my next layer of pallets, and start stacking. I got a temperature probe in there right now that's magneted on the square baler, but I think it says 72 degrees. It goes way into that stack, so we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, I added that other tarp right here. The tarp is a key I found for my building and my situation. And what I do is I add that next layer of pallets, which it's an alternating pattern with these pallets, and I take a picture of it before I pull them all up. But I got it worked out to where it works out exactly. Here we are, getting a little bit later in the evening. Still plenty of light out though. And, well, let me back up. Let's see if this shows up. I don't know if it'll show up or not. But anyways, got all the round bales in here. It's 37 round bales. And the interesting thing is I didn't start putting them up on top back here, so I could have got at least one, if not two, up there. And I also could have came further out here. 37 bales times 11.3 bales, square bales per bale, I think is 418 bales. The most really I've ever got in this bay right here, this is what kind of blows my mind, all the way out, over and up and over like that, was 400, about 420 square bales was what I got. And this is about 420 bales, and it's nowhere out towards the end, okay? And look how much room you lose based on the triangular shape. I mean, the square bales were squared off all the way out here. So, I mean, the only thing that tells me is these are just denser. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for first cut in 2025. The Heston baler did awesome. I mean, I can only imagine being a farmer in like the 70s and realizing what it must have felt like when the round baler came out. So anyways, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the series. And I'll put some other videos up here of us hay making and different things, and you can go check them out. I want to thank y'all for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time. Y'all have a good one.